Hi, family. We are moving forward in our application aspects of the study. We've been working on purpose, talking about purpose under the overall theme, living with purpose on purpose. And the second sermon in that series was the purpose-driven life of the disciple. We've already talked about how to make application of the purpose of purpose. That was the first point in that sermon. Now we're going to make application on the posture of purpose, which was the second point. And remember, if you need to, go back and check those earlier videos so that you can get caught up. So let's ask the question. Let's ask and answer the question. How does one make application of the posture of purpose? Remember that when we talked about the posture of purpose, we used the illustration that it is very much like an athlete. It's the stability, the establishing aspect of posture. What does posture do? It allows you to stand upright. It allows you to breathe properly. It allows you to see, to sustain yourself, and to do those things that are necessary for the activity of the body. Your posture affects everything that you do. Your posture affects how you continue to be ready for the next move in your life. And I want you to remember the passage of Acts chapter 20 and verse number 24 as you think about this notion of posture, how you are established. I want you to also think about other texts where Paul describes how he is ready for the defense of the gospel, Philippians chapter 1, how he describes to young Timothy in 2 Timothy chapter 4 that he needs to be ready at all times. Posture is a readiness kind of mentality. Posture, as it relates to purpose, then, is the exact same way. Think about this as a runner. When a runner is running and jogging and so on and so forth, how he makes sure that he's upright and his diaphragm is extended so that he can draw in air will affect the rest of the body. And I think that a good way to apply the posture principle is to remember that you and I can't slouch. If we slouch, it affects our ability to draw in air. And purpose is to the life of one's mission what air is to the body. And let's use that acronym just for a moment. When you and I draw in air, our purposeful air, we're simply saying, as opposed to slouching, that I'm not going to let the guard of my mind, my intentional mind, I'm not going to let it down, because if I let it down, it will affect my air. My slouching, hence letting my guard down, will affect my air, me doing the things that are necessary for God. What does that mean? That means A, my actions have to always be purposeful. Don't take for granted the little things that you do. Your thinking, what you read, what you listen to, who you hang around, where you go, even what you eat. All of those things affect why God has you here and what God is expecting for you to do. So don't slouch. If you slouch, it will affect your air. And A, that means your actions. But then number two, I underneath that, AI, it will affect your intentions. Your motivation and what you set the stage to do is contingent on how you are always ready to accomplish what God wants you to accomplish. When you let your guard down, those are the moments when negative thinking, when false agendas, when things that you didn't have in mind may creep in and your intentions on doing good may be squandered because you slouched in the process. And then finally, R. The R is your response. You can't be ready to see a threat coming or danger coming or perhaps even a challenge or a temptation or something that will lure you off the track that God has you on. I don't know how many times in my own personal workouts and jogging that I've had to take a step over a pothole or take a step onto a curve or even run from a dog. You can't respond properly with your head down if you're slouching. Remember, slouching is when we let our the mind of our intentional, the guard of our intentional mind down, and we are affected by the things on the outside. So don't let your guard down. Keep your head up, keep your posture right. And as your posture in your purpose is right, when you and I practice good posture, we breathe in the air of action, intention, and response that will affect our forward movement. Listen to Paul. My life doesn't mean anything unless I have used it to accomplish the will of God, the mission that he has me for, in proclaiming the good news of Christ. And for us, the posture of our purpose affects the mission that God has us here. Listen, I'm going to pray for you. You pray for me. Let's continue to walk this word out and watch God change everything around us. Don't forget, subscribe, share this encouragement if you believe it's a blessing to another, and let's continue to let God use us. God bless you.